Peace. What's going on, everybody? This is my journey, man. The tape looping. Got a couple synths. I'm just gonna be rocking out, man. Just banging out some synth sounds and looping them and seeing what I could come up with. Finding my own creativity within this wonderful and amazing tape looping. I'm definitely familiar with tape looping because I come from that era of pause taping. We know about the scotch tape. We know about the screwdriver taking off the screws, fixing the cassette, especially when it used to pop back in the day. So I'm kind of familiar with this. Um, the only thing that I'm not familiar with that that I didn't do back in the day was actually recording different chords and different sounds on different tracks. Which, well, let me back up. We would record sounds on different tracks. I had a Tascam 424 and I still own my Tascam 488. We would record, I did a whole mixtape on this joint, right? And I'll do a video on that with all the scratches, all the layouts, everything. So what I did was I didn't want to use my 488 because you have to cover up your erase head. And I didn't feel comfortable covering up my erase head on my 488. So I went out and grabbed a 414. You know what I mean? It's a 4 track. It's nice, real clean. I paid $1.50 for it. Well worth it. So I'm going to use this as my tape looping. The beginning of my tape looping. Everything works fine. I got a little static, I think, in one of the tracks. That's something minor, but you know what? A little bit of static spray, I'll be good to go. Belts work fine. The pitch wheel work fine. Everything. So this is my journey, man. I'm excited. Um, it's something different that I want to do. I've been getting a lot of you get a lot of not strikes, you just get a lot of copyright stuff on YouTube. There's ways around of beating that, but I'm just getting tired of that, man. I'm just getting tired of YouTube telling me I'm copyright infringement, which in a sense I guess we all are. But when you take something, rearrange it, I feel it's yours because they took something from something. We take a thought from a thought. This is my opinion. So the tape looping game is going to actually open up my ability to sample, and it's going to be more into sampling my own stuff versus sampling vinyl, which I'm still going to sample vinyl. But this is just going to open up me playing more on the keyboards. It's going to open me, playing progressions. It's going to allow me to just be free in my own mind versus feeding off of something else, which we all need. But I'm talking about actually getting down into the nitty gritty of it. And I'm going to be making beats off of my loops. This is my journey. I'm walking you into my journey. This is Mack Live, the beat addict, God, the true and living, to walk the face of the earth. This is where I'm at. So I'm here. So y'all all know I like to do things live. I don't want to script it. I'm not going to script it. I'm gonna show you how it takes time it takes me on my first beat, my loop tape, my tape loop on a cassette. So what I did was I had a bunch of cassettes that played for like 5 minutes. I bought these probably 25, 30 years. I still got a bunch of these joints, right? I bought them in bulk. I think I bought like 1,000 of them. I used to give these out to the artists when they got done in the studio. I would record their song to cassette because that's what all we had back then. We didn't have CDs, so we had to give it to them on cassette, and they would play them they would play them on a cassette Walkman. You know, so that they would play them on this, and everybody carried. This is what we listened to. Had some headsets to it. I still got mine. I got a couple of these joints I still own. None of them works. The belts are gone. I got to replace the belt, especially in this one and the other one. But this is how artists receive their music when they left my studio. All right, so let's get into it, man. I watched a couple videos on YouTube, and I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna break it down, and you gonna watch what I do, and hopefully, I can create my first um, tape loop cassette and get it right. If not, I'll just go back to the drawing board. So you take the cassette, gotta break it down. So for this, simple. Just get your screwdriver and just unscrew the screws. So we're gonna unscrew the screws here. I hope y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me all right out there? I ain't running no I'm not running no iRig, no nothing. Just strictly the sound in the room, in the studio. Hope everybody's good. And this is the first, like I said, this is the first step I'm taking. So we got the screws out. So we're gonna break the cassette apart. Before you break it apart, just look how the tape is ran. You know, you gotta kind of look, see how the tape is. That's the head. This is one of the. I guess you call this like a filter or something. I don't know what they call that thing. That tape runs over that, and then it runs around these little spindles here. Comes up, it runs around here, and then the wheel here. And I'm basically going to take this whole thing apart and break it down and make my tape loop. So let's just take it apart. So we got it apart. I'm going to take it off. Put this to the side here. We're going to, they say don't use these. I don't know why you won't use them, but I guess you want to see the cassette move around. So we're going to put these off to the side. And here's the tape right here. I don't like to be messy with tape, so I'm going to put it back on there, and I'm going to wind this back up. That's just me. I don't have to do this. It's coming off of there anyway. But I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to sit this here. Move that up to there. I'm going to remove this piece. Sit that over here. Okay. I'm going to make sure that this stays seated here. That has to be in there like that. I remember all this when I was little. When I was very young, I probably was like, I don't know, 11, maybe 12, breaking these cassettes apart. Never kind of really got into these part, taking these things off here and all that. But you know, I'm new at this now in this day and time because I'm doing a different way we're going to use this cassette. So all right, so we got that done. So what you have to do is you have to let's see if I can get y'all some more light. All right, so what you got to do is you got to separate, take this, cut this, and separate that from the wheel. So let's just cut this now. So I'm going to take off my glasses because I can see better when I'm actually, my glasses off. So I'm going to cut this as close as possible. As close as possible to here. All right, so I got a little bit more left on this, so I'm just going to try to trim that off a little bit more. That's not working. So I'm gonna try it this way a little bit. Because what they said you don't want to do, you don't want to remove this piece that comes out from here. So we want to kind of get all this. So you know what I'm going to do. I got a little razor here. They didn't tell me to do this, but I'm doing it. Now, if this piece comes out, I got to start all over again. I don't want to cut my finger. All right, that's a little closer with that. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing here. All right, that's a lot closer than what I had. I could use a better razor than this rigid razor here, but what I have. All right, because you don't want this piece to fall out. You don't want that piece right there to fall out of here, because that holds that tape in there. And then if they say if this comes out, it won't be seated in there. All right, so we have that, and I guess this is everything is the same way. So we're just gonna put this here. We'll put that back on it there. We're gonna take a piece of this, and we just gonna cut it at a 90-degree angle. Now I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna cut this at a 90-degree angle. Well, it ain't even perfect 90, but I guess it'll work. And then we just gonna measure out. We're gonna measure out. We're gonna measure out 21.9 centimeters. So we're gonna take this tape and we're gonna measure out 21.9 centimeters, which is roughly around 8 5/8 of an inch. But I'm using centimeters. So we're gonna hold that there. I guess it doesn't have to be exact. So we're gonna come here and then we're gonna cut this again. I'm gonna cut a little bit more. All right, I'm just gonna take this excess and stick it over here. All right, so this is gonna be my loop. There's only 5-second loop. The best thing to understand what you think what I'm doing is to look up tape looping, man. When you look it up, there's a lot of guys out there that's creating some banging ass tape loops, man. And that really caught my attention. It really caught me like, yo, that's dope. I could do that. I could do that and actually create some different frequencies and vibrations. I could really do this, and I felt great about it. All right, so here's where I'm at. So what you gotta do, you know how the tape rolls, the tape curves, right? Tape curves like that. So we know that this will be the inside of the tape. So what we have to do is we have to take a piece of Scotch tape, which is here, and cut a piece roughly the same size as this. I already measured this. This is like 1/8 of an inch. And how I know it's 1/8 of an inch, because I measured it. I don't want to crumple the tape too much. I measured it. It's about it's about 1/8. So I'm gonna cut 1/8 of an inch a piece of Scotch tape. And like back in the day when the tape broke, We put it on the inside, or some people put it on the outside. And we're going to tape these back together without it overlapping. So I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to put them together like so. Boom. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. And hopefully the more I do this, the better I get. So let's get a piece of Scotch tape, and let's measure out 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to measure out 1/8 of an inch according to this teeth. Let me see something. It's going to measure out 1/8 of an inch from that tooth to that tooth. All right, that's real skinny, man. So I gotta get my. I hope I ain't got bad nerves. So I'm just gonna bring this up to here. Hold that right to there. Come here and cut me 1/8. Sound like I'm cutting up some drugs, right? All right, so I got that. And you don't need a lot, so I'm just gonna cut a little piece. Bam. So I got this little tiny piece right here, right? Take my glasses off again. And I'm gonna take this piece right here, like so. And I'm gonna stick it on the inside of this tape. How I know this is inside because it curves in. So I'm gonna put this on the end right here. Now I'm looking at that size, and this is too big. So we're gonna cut a little bit more off. We're gonna cut a little bit more off of that. And I'm actually gonna use my tweezers for this. Where they at? Okay, I'm actually gonna use my tweezers to cut this. So I got my tweezers here. I'm gonna cut it a little. It's a little too wide. Man, I need my magnifying glasses for this. All right, I got a little piece off of there. All right, so and I'm actually going to cut this little ridget off that came off the tip of that. I'm going to cut that off as well. All right, so we got a little piece of tape right here, right? Don't ask me how to do it. I'm showing you how they said to do it, right? Now, I ain't do all this back in there. I just put a piece of tape on it and I cut it on the outside. That's how I did it. I'm just telling you the truth. So I'm going to try to get this lined up as perfect as possible. All right, I'm on there. Now I'm going to take this other piece and I'm going to try to line it up as close as possible to that tape. To that break in there. Now this is weird. This is very weird to me. It's been a long time since I did this. And it needs to go on the inside, not the outside. So let's figure it out together. There we go. Oops. And this is hope it stick again because I'm putting my fingers all on this. And I wouldn't advise to wear lotion because I put some lotion on. That ain't working, gang. All right, you know why it ain't working? I'm gonna do it like this. Y'all gonna have to figure out your angle. I'm trying to look in this light, man, and do this thing right. So you gotta work with me. Oh, I'm gonna leave it right there. I ain't got a perfect, but it's close enough. Man, I get that better. I'm pulling that shit apart. I'm afraid to pull it apart. I got a little tiny gap in there, and I got a little bit of tape hanging over the end. So, like I said back in the day, shit, we used to cut that. We used to try to cut that little piece hanging over the edge, but I ain't cutting shit. Let me that joint just like that. And hope that joint take right. But you know I'm gonna try to cut this joint right. You see that little tiny piece of tape hanging over the edge of there? See if I can cut that shit. Am I scared? Hell no, I ain't scared. Scared man can't get shit done. Bam, I got it too. Look, I got that shit. Boy, I still got skills. Alright, so that's on the end. I got a little gap there, alright? So now this is my loop. That's my 5-second loop right there. That's what's gonna get looped. Appreciate you, St. Louis. What's going on? Papa, what's going on? What's going on? SO100. What's going on? SSSMSKE. Peace, peace, peace to the gods, man. Yeah, so now what they say to do is to take this and stick this back in the loop game. Stick it back in the joint, right? Stick it back in the joint. I guess that's where the tweezer comes in at. I never used tweezers back in the I'm gonna see if I still got that steady hand. I don't know. I got a piece of hair on here. Alright, so I'm gonna take this and stick it back down in the grooves. Now I don't remember if this went inside. No, this went outside. Alright, so that goes. Study your loop game, man. Study how to take goes. And this is where the part come in at where you gotta get this joint right back down in that groove part. There you go. You don't want to pinch it. I ain't mean to be off camera, man, but I'm see that shit just jumped out on me, man. I ain't mean to be off camera. I'm trying to bring it to the camera so you can see what I'm doing, but I ain't gonna front. I might have to sit this joint down, man. I might have to sit this joint down. Which I'm definitely gonna have to sit it down. I'm gonna have to sit this down, man. Cause this joint is popping all over the place. Alright. And you know what's so crazy? I'm real excited. I'm excited. It's like it's bringing me back. Cause we did this what we had to do. Alright, I'm gonna have to look down here. I wish I should have had my magnifying glasses on. And I'm actually gonna cover this tape up so it won't be popping all out. I'm gonna leave this joint right there. Now I'm gonna try to get this joint down in here, man. Without tearing it up. I don't know if I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna put this, oops. I'm gonna put this wheel on here like this. Man, this shit costs precision. Alright, I got a little tight there, but it ain't around here though. Yeah, here we go. We working. Shit. Alright, we down. We drop down in there. Are we gonna get there? Ooh. Can't jump that out. I think that's it right there. I think that's gonna be a tight loop, man. That loop is tight. I don't know if that's supposed to go around these things. Let me look at another cassette real quick and see if that's supposed to go around it. Yeah, it's supposed to go around them joints, man. Huh. So what happens if I don't put them around them little things right there? What happens? Let's see. I don't know. That's very tight, and it's not supposed to be tight. So let's see what happens if we don't put it around there. Put it around here. I'm just gonna put it around one of them. Like right here, I'm not sure if that's gonna work or what. But remember, this is my first joint, right? So are we in there, right? That looks a little bit more loose. All right, so let's put the cover back on this joint because this is the precision part. Gotta make sure it don't pinch it, right? And it's definitely pinching. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Oops, got a little pinch in there. Got a little tiny pinch right there. Got a pinch there too. Ooh. Come on, please. Come on, baby. Mm. Yo, fuck that shit crazy, man. I gotta start all over again. That joint pinchy. Mm, mm, mm. Yo, this is crazy, yo. My hand ain't as steady as it used to be. Supposed to be right there like that. That look like on the money. But when I put this joint on, that shit crumple up. Mm. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Mm. Mm. This joint is crazy, man. Here we go. Ooh, money game. Only part I'm lacking ain't around that one loop. It's around this loop. But when that tape head pushes up on this, it should tighten up. So I got it where it ain't pinching nothing. But I think it's supposed to go around there, man. So I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna try it like this. And then also I see inside there the piece of the tape got stuck in there. Look at that shit. It got stuck in there, man. The piece of the tape I took off. Hmm. Let me see something. Let me see if I move this around. What exactly happens? I got a little bit of play. And then that tape piece just fell down too. There it goes, just came out. Good. All right, it came out. All right, cool. So this is where I made a mistake at. but that might not bother it. So let's see. All right, so I'm gonna put the screws back in now. Based on the knowledge that I gathered, everybody says it's gonna take you a couple times to get it right. So I don't feel that bad. But maybe it might be something that they didn't know, and the universe allowed me to figure it out just by trial and error, right? So let's see. Let's see if this joint gonna play right. And how you gonna know if it's gonna play right? If the tape don't move in the cassette, then it's either too loose or too tight. That's how you know. Same way back in the day. If the tape ain't play right, it got crumpled all up. If the tape got crumpled all up, you knew that the tape was in it. It was wrong. So you would have to go back in and cut it again and fix it, right? So here we are. Talking about 35 years ago, man. 35, 40 years ago was the last time I opened up one of these cassettes. Wow, that's crazy, right? All right, so this is what they would consider a tape loop. 5 seconds. 5 seconds of just continuous loop. But there's other things that have to be done to make this work as a continuous loop. So first step is we got to test it. So should I test it live? You damn right I'm going to test it live with you. I'm not recording tonight. I am going to record tonight, but I'm not going to record live. I'm going to record live, but I want to see if this tape is going to play. So let's just stick it in the cassette tape and see if it plays. And this is what I have. My first tape loop cassette. You go online, you go on YouTube, and you're going to show you. I don't know if it's supposed to go this way or if it's supposed to go that way. I'm thinking maybe it's supposed to go this way. I'm not sure. But the tape spins. All right. So let's put it in the recorder. And the fun part about it is, shit, if it don't work, just do it over. Where you going? So let's bring out the recorder. Here's the recorder. Let's turn it on. And here we go. We're turning on the recorder. It's on. Yup. He told, yeah. What you say? Here, kid. This is how we used to do it. Yeah, right, boy. So I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know. Oh yeah, he said use the red. Yeah, you're right. I should use the red part to hold it, y'all. See, everybody, people know. Especially the old heads, we know. All right, so look, so we got this joint in here, man. I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna leave it open so y'all can see it. Just gonna hit play. And I'm gonna see what happens to see if the tape move. Here we go. If it start crimpling up, I'm turning it off. Oh shit, yo. Hold up. It might be working. Yo, that joint turning, man. Look, it's turning. Turning, yo. Yo, my first loop was successful so far. But I ain't got it going around that little ribbon. I said, all right, so cool. So the tape is running through there. You see that? Look. Can y'all see this? Let me bring it a little closer. All right, here we go. It must turn. It don't look like it's turning to me. There you go. Let me see when I turn down the speed, see what happens. Speed it up. All right, yeah, I'm good. Good money, right? That's a good feeling, right? So that will be considered a tape loop. So I'm gonna label this. I'm gonna label this tape loop. I'm gonna label it. And what I decided to do to stay organized. Remember the labels that come with this? Y'all know the labels that come with the tapes, right? All right, so this is where it ain't over. This is a little difficult part for me. I'm very, I'm excited. Got a little shakes in me and shit. I'm all right? But this is my journey. This is the journey. And if you guys take the plunge on this, John, is when you hear the sounds that you're going to create, it's going to be your own vibration. It's going to be your own feeling. It's going to be something different. And basically, what it is you're recording on 4 different tracks or 3 different tracks. How many tracks you got? I got a 4 track and I got an 8 track joint. All you're going to do is record on track 1, record a sound, right? A chord. You're gonna record on track 2, uh, the same chord, or just pitch it up or go up an octave. I don't know. And you're gonna record on track 3, and then what you're gonna do? You're gonna use this recorder as an instrument, and It's gonna play melodies for you by you using the up and down channels on this joint, right? It's gonna be dope. It's like just type in tape looping and you're gonna see. And this is gonna become an instrument. This box is gonna become an instrument, gang. Just look up tape looping. That's all I can tell you. So this is gonna be considered my first tape loop. So I'm gonna call it tape loop 1. So what I did was I went out and bought. For those who know, you know, right? What I did was I went out and I went and bought me one of these joints. I went and bought me one of these joints, man, because it only go right with the tape looping game, right? So I'm going to actually, if you know, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a tape, and hopefully I got this still right. Y'all remember these joints? I forgot what they call them. Tape, and then I gotta put space. And that one didn't come out right, so I'm gonna cut this joint. I'm gonna cut that joint. I'm gonna do it again. I guess I gotta hold it a little longer. It's a little cheaper. I paid like $8 for this joint. I'm just trying to keep it in the air, right? Take space, loop. Y'all remember these joints? Number 1. All right, then I'm gonna cut it. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. All right, here we go. All right, so it's just take loop 1, right? Yo, I used to love these little joints, man. I used to love these little joints, man. I used to love doing this shit. That sound. So I'm just gonna stick it right here on the tape joint. It's gonna be my first tape loop joint, right? I'm gonna leave right there where it's at. I don't care about that little cookie. Tape loop 1. Bang. So that way I stay organized. So I know that's my tape loop 1. So now you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make me another one. I'm gonna do another one, and I'm gonna try to get it over that piece there, that other little thing right there. Try to get it over that. I think I'm gonna cut it a little longer, and boom. So that's it, man. I'm gonna be using the Roland JV90 as my synth. I don't know what scale I'm gonna play in. I don't know what chords I'm gonna use, but I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna do my first loop, probably maybe Sunday. I gotta probably practice a little bit before I embarrass myself, and then bam, let's see what happens. That's it, man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. So this is where I'm gonna be. This is what I'm gonna be recording on right here, man. This is what I'm gonna be recording on. It's gonna go in there. It's gonna do what it do. I got 4 tracks. I'm gonna record on track 1, a chord on track 1. Then I'm gonna play that chord and record on track 2. Play another chord, probably in a different octave. Probably play me a little melody on track 3. Then I'm gonna play me something on another melody in a different octave on track 4. I don't know. I'm just gonna play sound, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put them on tape. I'm gonna play them back. They're gonna be continuously looping, and I'm gonna be messing with the volumes to come up with some type of groove, and it's gonna be crazy. And then while I'm doing all this, I'm going to have the outs running into probably the MPC 1000 or the 3, whatever I want to run it into, right? Or even the Tascam. And I'm gonna print my live recording that I'm gonna do to I'm gonna print it to the hard drive of the 1000 or the 3000. I'm gonna print it. You know, it's like it's like resampling. I'm gonna resample it. I'm gonna play it live, and I'm gonna see what the sounds like. And when you look up tape looping, you can be like, oh, I see what he doing. Yeah, that's dope. And you could take it as further there as your mind will go, man. It's up to you. I got other plans. I'm gonna do it completely. I'm not gonna take away from the wheel. I'm just gonna add a little bit onto the wheel and do it a different way than what everybody else do. And that's the beauty of building and adding on. I want to thank everybody for watching, man. I'm gonna read a couple comments and I'm going because I'm excited because you know what I'm going to do. I gotta test it out. I gotta go in and see if this tape is right. Does it need to be around that little post right there? And then I'm gonna go in. But I did it live. First time in over 30 years, man. 35 years. Yeah, man. That's what's up. Man, gang, what's going on? Shout out to Nashville. Appreciate you, God. What's going on, Julian? Peace, God. Bobby Bean. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Tape chopping. True indeed, classic. Yes, sir. Yeah, they know. You know how we did it back in the day, my brother. You know how we did it, God. Yup. 3 to 5 seconds. Yeah, true indeed. Yes, sir. The remixes was popping. Yeah. Yeah. MSKKE. I think if I would have put it around that other post, it was gonna be tight. So I didn't put it around the other post. So I'm gonna see what happens. It played, so hopefully we be all right. Yeah. Keep it old school, true indeed. The 414 is a good distortion also. When you Press the mic trim fade way up. Push the mic trim fade way up. Good for a kick drum. Yeah. True indeed. Yeah, I do. On my 488, I run the drums through the ASR, and then I recorded the tape back into the ASR, then back to the 3000. Yeah, that's yeah, true indeed. Probably do some videos on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got, man. I'm gonna go ahead and mess around with it, but I ain't gonna front. That's the first phase of that. The first step. Um, I think I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the 1000. I feel like making a beat. The tape looping is in my what I want to do, but I think that I don't want to like do it the first run live. I want to kind of test the water myself, so I won't have to be worrying about it. If I'm doing it right. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in on it, but I'm gonna come back and do another quick live on a beat making. I feel like making a beat, and I feel like chopping some shit. I feel like really chopping. I know I'll be using different free. I feel like really chopping up some old school shit and just go in and just see what I can come up with, man. So stay tuned. I'll be back in probably like 30 minutes. Hope everybody's good, man. Like I said, you want to know about the tape looping game? Just type in tape looping on YouTube, and you gonna see, man. You gonna see they more use it on the ambient side of sounds and frequencies, man. And I'm gonna do the same thing, but like I said, I'm gonna take it a little step further and do something that what I feel that I can incorporate into my music. Peace and love to everybody. Peace.